So welcome, Erin. We met at a networking group recently, and when I got a chance to sit down with you, it just confirmed what I knew as soon as I met you was that, oh, we got a connection here.
Yes, we could not stop talking.
We couldn't stop talking. And I'm so excited to have you on the podcast so that people can get to know what you do and what you bring that's unique to the table. Because as a professional organizer, everyone specializes in something a little bit different, and you all bring a different flavor to the business.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
could you tell us how you got started?
That's a great question because I'm still in the start, but I've always been organizing. You know what? As a kid, I couldn't get enough of organizing my own room, so I'd venture around the house. And, my mom's friends saw that. They actually had me come over, organize their pantry. So this hobby started very young, but just recently I was working at my full-time job, and I felt I needed to do something different, and what better to do than something I would do for free anyways. So we're about 2 months in, and things are off to a great start. I'm getting to meet lovely people like you by going out in the community and being a part of these networking events, and I'm happy that I get to share my passion with other people and be able to help other people in their homes.
Yeah. What do you love about organizing? Clearly you've been doing it for a long time. So what makes you come alive when you do this?
For me, organizing is a expansion of my mind. When I feel calm in a space, when it's clutter free, everything has a rhyme and a reason, you can just breathe. There's so many benefits to organizing. Not necessarily the process, but the product. When your home is organized, you are more focused, you eat better, you are more likely to work out, you sleep better. I could go on.
Yeah.
Yes. It's very important. And so just for me, it's a moment to, I just breathe. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're helping other people find breathing room.
Absolutely, yes. Because you have all this square footage, you have space, but you maybe not see it in all these items that you've collected over the years. So we're able to, yeah, right. Those are all like possessions that had meant something maybe at like very valuable, but over time, maybe you can let something go and bring something fresh into the space. So.
Yeah, these are my only bookshelves in the house that are used for storage, right? Any other bookshelves are pretty much used for display.
Okay.
And I had to make a rule because I can't add more bookshelves in this house. There's nowhere to put them.
So if they don't fit, then you can't keep it. Okay, so it's one in, one out almost.
Yeah, it is. It really is one in, one out. I'll be at a thrift store and be like, oh, there's the hardbound book that I want. Like, I have to give something up.
Yep. No, see, and digital books you can also hoard too much online material too. So even those physical possessions are not just oh goodness, it can spiral.
It can. It sure can. What are some easy tips for someone who's dealing with, let's limit it to just a closet? So your clothes, your shoes, maybe some winter storage. What could someone walk away with and say, yeah, I can change that in my closet?
It's a good question. Well, it's always easier to organize less stuff. So if you're willing to maybe get rid of a few things, you've just made your world, 100 times easier. Yeah, so you can maybe practice the Marie Kondo, something that sparks joy for you. But from then, it's containers help create this or enforce the systems. So you group, you maybe, like you said, put all your winter things together, put those in a locking bin. And then, are you a closet rotator? Somebody who has their seasonal? Yes, yeah, that's a great system too.
Yeah, I have to because
Oh,
limited space.
oh, you have a pretty small closet too, so you're having to get a little creative. Yeah.
Yeah. This is an older home. 1982 is now an older home,
Yeah.
and I share just a side by side closet with my husband, and we had a large walk-in closet, so we downsized everything when
Oh.
we moved to this house, and now just closet organization is something we can't skip because it will run away with you really fast.
Absolutely. You know what? That is actually one of my favorite tips is having a small home actually keeps the clutter at bay because you have to be very mindful. If you have a big
Well, I
home,
found a small home today. It's
yeah.
748 square feet.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, no, you're not just in a studio apartment here. No, no, you've got space. See, but that's where things can get out of hand very quickly. You have a spare
Yeah.
bedroom and you just toss something in there for another day. Well,
Yeah.
that's where I come in because I'm the other day.
Oh,
it's
thank goodness.
it gets out of hand, right? And then you just where do I start? You're overwhelmed. So, oh gosh.
People become teachers because they want to be the teacher they never had, or they had a great teacher and so they want to honor that memory and be the best teacher that they can be and provide that service to the next generation. Is there something that triggered else, like why you were drawn to organizing? Is there some story back there?
That's a wow. I love that question. You know what? Um, I had a sister who was a little bit of a collector. I remember
Oh, I know that.
yes, she would bring home rocks or gum wrappers, and she just could not let a single thing go. So
Yeah.
I remember looking forward to sitting down with her and my mom and going through our rooms. We would sort our Polly Pockets and our Barbies, and I I didn't realize at the time, but that brought a lot of joy to me. I don't just again, it's creating calm out of chaos,
Yeah.
and the finished product, and oh gosh, then I felt so inspired to play more, having a
Oh,
clean
I find
room.
that to be so true with,
Yes.
especially with kids, but even for myself. Once my desk is clean,
Mm-hmm.
I get so inspired about this next project that I'm going to do where I'm going to revamp my packets and something will happen.
Yes, yes. And you know what? Organizing kind of ties into to-do lists. If you
Mm,
just the same as decluttering, I love to eliminate to-do lists. So if you don't have a desk that's full of piles of to-do lists, you're not focused on I need to pay these bills, and you open your capacity for something that's maybe more passion aligned than
yeah, totally
gosh,
agree.
yeah, yeah. Systems help us in many ways. Yeah.
I love systems when they're sustainable. So,
Yes.
do you have any words of wisdom on that? Because if I go into one of my kids' rooms and I just organize it the way I want it done or the way I think it should be done,
Yeah.
they're not going to keep it. So,
Yes, it does need to be an organic, customized approach. And I like to lean into what's already happening. If you're dropping
okay.
papers at the same ish area, put a bin right there. So that's that designated paper drop location. And when that's
Yeah.
full, you address it. Or maybe on every Friday, you're like, oh, gotta clean up my paper bin. So yes, it's human design. You're working with yourself, not against yourself. I put a shoe rack where I always kick off my shoes, and it's not necessarily right there by the front door.
Yeah.
But yes, work with what you're already practicing
Okay.
in your home. Yes. Yes, that will just
And that
easy.
may not be what your partner or roommate works.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yep, you might need a couple different systems for each individual person.
So you do handle that too? The conflict between my system and your system aren't working.
Yes, I have that in my own home because clearly
Okay.
I'm like a type a little bit of a control freak. I'm always moving things around trying to find the optimal spot, but sometimes just where it was is a good enough spot. So yes, there is a little bit of headbutting on that.
Yeah, people joke they can't find things in the kitchen because I moved it.
Yep.
Like, but I moved it to a better spot.
Yeah, it's
So
a better. I know where it is. Yeah.
I know where it is. It's okay. Yeah, well, they can't find the spice. That's because the spices are not exactly alphabetical. They're in order of frequency of use.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Yeah, but it doesn't help them because they're not the frequent users
Right. So how
of
do
the
they
spices.
like survey quickly? Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite thing to do with spices is lazy
Mm.
Susans. You,
Okay.
yeah, have
Mm-hmm.
the spices on the perimeter and it rotates. Yeah, it's super quick and it's easy to scan.
Yeah.
And oh gosh, I have them all over my kitchen. Yeah.
You have more than one?
Oh yeah, lazy Susans are great for small space. If you have a weird
Okay.
crook or cranny that doesn't fit a basket that you can pull in and out, lazy Susan, it rotates so you can get all the way up to the back. Utilize every square foot. Yes.
All right. I'm going to show you my wonky cabinet sometime then.
Yes, you would probably benefit from some lazy Susans.
No, no, there's a reason why.
Oh
I'll show you
gosh,
sometime.
I would love to see. It's a good
Yep.
puzzle. Yeah.
It'll be fun. So, what is the right project to bring you on for? A kitchen, a closet, a bedroom, a whole house, a garage? Where's your sweet spot?
That's a good question because I'm still exploring. I have thought about specializing in a couple of things, but I still want to be available. So I have a passion about clothes and fashion, so I love to help curate a closet, but organizing is very much a repetitive process. It's the same approach can be applied to different rooms. Um, Bring it to me. I love a good challenge. There's nothing that I won't say yes to. Like I said, you want your yard organized? Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Always.
Well, that sounds fun. Do you have a specific area that you serve, or do you have boundaries on how far you go? Do you have a drive time?
You know what? It's funny because I've actually driven quite a distance even before I started this business to help organize. I just am so excited for anything. If you got a good project, I drove out to Ocean Shores to help with somebody's rental home. Yeah. So right now, I guess Pierce County, King County. Yes. I'm there.
The
Yeah.
usuals.
You have a
Yeah.
cabin out in Cleellum? Oh yes, let's do it. A whole weekend of organizing. So
That does oddly sound a little bit fun.
it actually, you know what? Cabins can be the most fun because you always get board games and snowshoes. You never know what you'll find.
Gosh, you never know what you'll find. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. What other passions do you have behind the scenes? What are some of your hobbies?
That's again, you have these great questions. Because organizing kind of is my passion, my hobby, right? Like, I'm bored, I just kind of open a cabinet. It's like, oh, it's been a couple of months. Let's take everything out. No, but for real, I love to travel. That's a huge, huge passion. So weekend trips, week-long trips. I'm always planning my next destination. Yes, I got a couple ideas brewing. So I'll maybe be looking at flights, or we'll just if we got a sunny afternoon, we'll head to the park. I'm not too crazy.
Right? Sometimes travel is in my backyard with a book.
Yes, I kind of make like a little picnic back there. You can feel like you're in, some French person's lawn.
Yep.
Right. No.
Yes. We had such a cold June a couple of years ago, and I was driving out to Whidbey Island a few times for a client, and it's so green out there. And it's June.
Yes.
I'm still wearing a puffy vest, and I'm still wearing like socks and boots, and I don't like wearing socks and boots in June.
Welcome to the Pacific Northwest, right?
Right. Like, oh, it's really time for the sun to come out. But to help myself have a good attitude, I would tell myself, it's actually Ireland. I got to take a day trip to Ireland.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
You know what? My family's from Germany, and my grandma actually loves living in Washington, just because it reminds her so much of home. So we do have this natural beauty. It is American with our, our big freeways and our Costco-sized department stores, but
Costco.
yes, but we can pretend.
We do. And sometimes it's necessary. Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm. A little escape.
A little escape. So you're still sort of brand new in business, but you've been doing this a long time. Is there anything you think other people need to know about you and why you're different from a different organizer?
Again, I'm still exploring what differentiates myself, but I had considered myself more of a personal assistant. I really, really like to get to know you so we can create that much more in-depth systems, because organizers can come in and they can clean up your home to how they would interact with the space, but again, that's not going to work if you always kick your shoes off in this one spot and they try to move it,
Yeah.
right. So if I'm working in your office, that's a very personal space about how you interact with your bills and your taxes. So yeah, personal assistant organizing is kind of where we're at right now. Yeah, so I can
So
get
we're
to know
heavy on
you.
the personal.
Yeah, personal for sure, absolutely. And I'm here for the journey, not just a
Yeah.
one-time fix.
Hmm.
Right.
So when we're hiring you, should we plan for you to visit a few times?
If that's right, if it can't keep up the system, you might say a couple months later, Erin, we need you back. It didn't work, or
Yeah.
Erin, like we bought too many groceries and we can't get it all to fit, because you're always like the influx. Your home is like a live mechanism to which you're
So true.
is not stagnant, right? And we don't want to be stagnant. So
Yeah.
organizing is
Yeah.
a constant. It's not a one time, but be all. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other favorite stories about organizing or just helping people declutter their visual stuff?
Do I have a favorite story or do I have a tip? Sorry.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite story about results of someone decluttering and organizing and something you got to witness?
I don't have a specific story, but one that comes to mind is that people often find things in their home that they hadn't seen in a long time when we're really getting in deep and pulling out a closet or bedroom that hasn't been touched in a while, and it can be sometimes very emotional. So I've been there for the tears, and yeah, those are touching moments that I love to be a part of. I actually love thrift shopping and vintage. So you find grandma's old photos from So oh my gosh, those are so much fun. I'm happy to sit there and look through your stuff with you. Yeah. Yes. Mm.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Well, who else would make a great referral partner for you where if you're calling Erin for organizing, you might also want to call these other people?
Yes. Well, as I'm getting started, I've been thinking a lot about how I can partner with other people. So, things that have been coming to mind is real estate agents, interior designers, general
Yeah.
contractors for remodeling. Um,
Okay, talk to me about the remodeling. Where do you fit with that?
So you're going to totally revamp your kitchen. You need somebody to not only pack up your things so that you can demo those cabinets, but also you have
Yeah.
brand new cabinets. You don't want to just throw your cereal back in there. It's time for a fresh start. You have me
But that
come
was
in.
my plan.
Right, yeah, but you want it's beautiful on the outside. You want to open that cupboard and you want it to be equally beautiful. You're already making an investment, so you just got to put that like cherry on the top and
Okay, I can see that.
oh, you'll smile when you
There you
open
go.
that drawer and everything has a spot. No junk drawers in your brand new kitchen. No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I had not thought about how useful that would be. First
Mhm.
time I moved, it was just I don't know. I don't know where things go in the kitchen because it's so new to me. I haven't found the system.
So that's, again, with agents, so people who are moving into a new home, you might just hire somebody to put it away because you're busy, you have to go to your 9 to 5, but they also might come up with an idea that you hadn't previously, considered. So just a little bit of creativity, and then again, it's your home, so you can move things around, but it's just a start.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, organizing can fit with so many things. You have a cleaner, but they don't go through your things. They just dust your items. But if your home constantly feels messy, dirty, it's not that you need a cleaner. You need an organizer. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
We better clip that.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Oh gosh.
Yes, if your home feels dirty, it might not be dirty. It might just be disorganized.
Yes.
Visual clutter.
Yes. Oh. Never underestimate visual clutter. I love opaque baskets. Sometimes you just need to hide those things. Those are your essentials, but you don't need to look at it every time. So clear baskets can be great for when you need to see quickly what's inside. But it can be a little much. And and that's where organizing has its benefits in the visual clutter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I love that you said that. That's great.
Is there anything you don't do where you would actually refer it out?
I got reached out to last week for a moving opportunity, but there was no organizing. So it's really when you need somebody to you hired me for my brain, not my labor. I think that's a great way to do it because I've got I can plan out a space. We can fit the puzzle, like I said. I have some little tricks in my pocketbook, but I'm not a mover.
You're not going to move the boxes.
I will move the boxes as a part of the organizing, right? But I'm not just there to right. You hire me for my brain. That's it.
So you're not a part of college hunks?
No, right. Yeah, right. I don't think they want me. I'd be a little annoying for them. I think so. Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I can see you organize, so can you organize my move? But if you're fairly organized, you can probably manage that.
Yeah, and that, again, I think that's a little bit more on the lines of event planning, where you're coordinating with different contractors. But I'm concerned about your items and how they fit.
That's a different job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't do that either. That's not in my purview.
Yeah.
It's not in my sphere. I don't coordinate your move. Let me call up a moving professional. I know of you.
Right.
Yeah. But that's not you and that's not me.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I'm there when you need it unpacked or you want it carefully categorized into boxes before you move. But
okay, so great. You'll be there for packing.
Packing
so
and
when we
decluttering.
Have to downsize from 2,000 square feet to 900 square feet. We call you.
Yes. And you know what? Actually, that's my favorite part. I love getting rid of things because, again, I feel that it's opening opportunities. It's you're saying thank you to your past and you're looking to the future. So maybe I'm just not sentimental enough, but
right. But you also are sensitive enough to sit beside someone who is going to be sentimental about all their things, and you can help them through that process of saying, "Oh, right, how can we preserve this memory for you without taking the actual thing?"
Yes, and yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I had to be sensitive.
Some of those chairs don't get to go.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, I you know what? I've sat with people who find it very difficult to let anything go, and I'll help organize that too. You don't have to get rid of anything. It's just it's a great opportunity when you're already touching each item one by one. So
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
Sure is. Oh, such good stuff. Good questions.
They are great questions.
Good answers.
You're very prepared.
Well, you'll find I ask these questions a lot. When is the right time to call you?
Oh, right. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes, anytime. There's never too late. If you are thinking about getting organized, call me. If you've already started organizing and your stuff is all over your house and you pulled out all those cabinets and drawers, call me. Yep, I'm here for it.
So when I'm sitting on the kitchen floor and I'm crying because things won't go back in,
yes,
that's a good time.
Yes. And you know what? Okay, just to say it, I get overwhelmed too. When all the items are out, it's a lot. So like nobody is immune to that feeling of this is a lot of stuff. But
it is
just one thing at a time. You can do it. It is a puzzle. Just start with the big things. It will all come together at the end.
Yeah. They always do.
It does. Yep. We do have to be a little creative for those small spaces, but we can make it.
We always do. That's awesome. What do you have any just ready, handy tips that people ask you all the time, like frequently asked questions?
You know what?
And I didn't prep you with that one.
No, but it's okay. I think it's that people see how the process is kind of going. We have our session and they're, I can do this on my own. Absolutely, you can. You can mow your grass on your own. You can clean your house on your own. But also, you can hire people to do those things for you and save you time. And they're the experts. So the landscaper will, leave just a little bit like nicer product for your yard. And the professional organizer will do the same thing. So, absolutely, you can organize your home all by yourself. But call me when you're sitting in the middle of your kitchen and if you feel overwhelmed because I've been there. I can get you out to the other side. So
yeah. Oh, I love that. That's such a great tagline. I'll get you to the other side.
Yes.
That's usually the hard part is when we're stuck in the middle.
Yep.
Stuck in the middle of packing, or I'm stuck in the middle of unpacking.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the middle of, I'm in a new kitchen and the layout's completely different.
Yep.
This house doesn't work the way the last house worked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lost. Right? And you can bring in some fresh eyes, fresh perspective, and sit with me in the mess.
Yes. And you know what? Sometimes the hardest part is starting. So once we've broken that ice, I'm there with you, and maybe that's all you needed was that little push, and I can like let you fly on your own and create the space that you want to live in. So yeah, I'm there for it all. There's no, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, is there anything we didn't cover that you'd like to make sure gets said and heard?
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm just thankful for this opportunity. I was delighted that you wanted to talk to me because, again, I'm so new and, wow, this is cool.
It's new, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's not very often that we have organizing podcasts.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. You know what? You're the first one, I have to say. This is just so cool. Yeah.
Well, it won't be the last one. I'm sure you'll appear on somebody else's organizing podcast.
Oh, I don't know. Let's just hope that I keep the ball going. It's off to a great start, but we don't want to jinx it. But
it is off to a great start. You're doing fabulous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
What is the best place to follow you, see updates, or contact you?
Goodness. Well, my website, ordertothrive.com. That's a great place to start. I also created a Facebook page, and I'm trying to be active on LinkedIn so I can get those busy people who just don't have time. Yeah, I want to organize while you're at work and you come home to a clean home. But
oh my God.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. You can do that?
Absolutely. You don't have to be there.
You can handle my kitchen after getting to know the specifics, and then I can just walk away.
I don't even need specifics if you don't even want. You just say, "Hey, here's the key." I'll just again, but I don't know your kitchen. It's just me, fresh eyes, but yeah, I absolutely, and
okay. No one's ever offered that before.
Of
so,
course,
yay.
yeah. Well, that's where things tend to get, the most messy. If you're home all the time, you've got your home a little bit maybe better under wraps, but it's the moms who are running from soccer practice to, they just, no. I'm not going to take up your time. Yeah. I'm here to help you.
No, I swear, I was only home like 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like,
and then to sleep.
This much before school, after sports, go to bed.
Yes. Barely just enough time to brush your teeth and fall into bed.
Yep. That's how things fall apart.
Well,
okay, well, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got you on LinkedIn, Facebook, email, phone. Got you covered.
Yes. I'm trying to put myself out there. You know what? I even put a Craigslist ad out just to see. I don't know. Craigslist, is that still a thing? I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah, right.
It's free.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on tonight. This was a really fun conversation.
This was
and I
a
think
lot of
people
fun.
are really going to understand, there is space for an organizer in my life.
Yes.
And I could probably use some help.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you. Awesome. This was great.
You bet. Well, have a great night, Erin.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye, Nikki.
So wasn't that a great episode? Erin is just so much fun to talk to, so easy to talk to. Offline, we have talked about, kids and family and houses and moving and all these things. And so I think that showed up in the podcast that we each have a few experiences with organizing and space limitations. And so if you are thinking, wow, yes, some of those situations that they talked about is my situation. I'm downsizing, I'm moving, I work full time, I need help packing, I need help unpacking, I need help adjusting to my new kitchen or my new bedroom or my new closet. So if you saw yourself in any of those places and you saw how Erin might be of value to you, all of her contact information is below in the show notes. Or just follow her at Order to Thrive on Facebook and her website and everything else. And thank you for being here today. Now, for real estate news, it has been such a great year for real estate already. And if you are thinking of buying or selling, spring is the hottest market here in the Pacific Northwest. So don't waste any more time. Don't drag your heels and think that the market is going to get better. It can't get better unless we know what better looks like for you. And so if you are thinking, I don't know if I'm ready to buy, I don't know if I'm ready to sell, let's just talk. No strings attached, just coffee. I've got first-time home buyer classes coming up. I also have seller classes. Home seller classes are designed for people who have not sold their home since 2020 or before. And I know that sounds like, oh, it's just yesterday. But actually, the market and the situation here in the Northwest has changed quite a lot in the last 5 years. I want to be able to give you the most up-to-date information and help you understand what kind of environment you might be selling your home in and some people that you might need, people like Erin. So if you're interested in either of those classes, please message me for more details and registration info. And above all, let's get you home. I want you to enjoy the home that you're in. Have a great night.